but we actually are prepared. And thanks to Arena, we finally will start doing all the pieces that we need. That trades so so efficiently. I wish we could kill all of this. With double removal, we should be absolutely fine. See? They will cast those spells. They always will. And with this, see? That's how you absolutely disarm Mono-Red. And they just lost the game. Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and after many hours of brewing, I think I've been making decks for the last 3 hours, and this, what you see in front of you, is the only one that, went into fires of Mythic and came victorious. So you will like this deck. We ranked up with this one. It has all the answers to current meta decks, so it actually performs really nicely. You will see stats in the outro. With 4 Heist, we can go into a bit of a discard deck, especially together with Liliana, but they also double down as, just removing the key threat or key creature from our opponent. And with Sheoldred, Aclazotz, and of course, Arena, we have so much value that we can contest most of the decks. You can even go against control decks with Arena, because you can steal their best counter spells and use them against them. With 4 Virtues, we have not only a lot of life gain, a lot of removal, but we also have a lot of ways to get back Shelly into the board so it can keep life gaining. Sure, that is super important in this build because you need to life gain, so Arena never kills you. And yeah, if you do those things, you should be absolutely golden. And that's the deck. I think you will like it. And guys, I've been legit making decks for the last 3 hours, and none of them except this one worked. So if you want to support and help the channel in this painful day of trying to brew something that doesn't die to Mono-Red, check out the Patreon, like, subscribe, all those things really do help. And yeah, we need all the help we can get right now. So I hope you'll enjoy and have fun, guys. Alright, we're going first. And we'll definitely start with the Citadel, get it out of the hand, and prepare for the, inevitable onslaught of little creatures trying to kill you. It's happening. So I think we'll go for the fraud. So, okay, so this is the plan. We go for the fraud, their big thing that they will play right now. Then we set up Arena, and the rest of the game we try to keep removing everything until we hit Deadly Cover-Up. Sure, that means they will get the extra value. So if we target this, they will get the value on this one. So first we take the hit, we see if they end the turn. Right, if we kill this, this will be a 2-3. I think it's good enough. It will only get worse, right? So, I mean, it's normal that 1-drops will have multiple ways to get value and also overstated. So at this point we are accepting it. We need to fight it. Fire with fire. Or with black spells that kill everything. Alright, so this is their big turn. Evangelist is honestly not as quick as they possibly need. I guess that they get the token. Man, the 1 mana Fortress is just a norm right now. Alright, so this is a very good draw. So we got more removal, that means we can answer this. Alright, we could go for Evangelist, but we can do it later. Here's the life gain. And then we will check the best card they have. The Evangelist gets value from dying, so we generally want to hit the 4/4 if they have it. They know it could be removal, right? So they should... Oh, that's Convoke. Right, you know what? I actually don't mind it. With Arena, we generally outvalue them. Don't forget we have Deadly Cover-Up that instantly wins the game at any point. Alright, so that means we are removing the biggest creature. This might even be the turn for Shelly. That's huge. I didn't think we'll have turn for Sheoldred, honestly. Yes, this is the Sheoldred turn. Let's check the priority, just in case. They have fight spells in this deck, I believe. Let's go for the black man. You know what? I think this is a good setup to win this game. The point is that we set up Arena, we set up Sheoldred, and they cannot kill us. Man, even though their draw was insane, they started, with a creature every turn into Knight of Chaos. And Evangelist to amplify all of this. So right now, they will set up a very deadly board, but it's not as good anymore, because we will have answers, right? We will draw just Eclipse and win the game on the spot. See? That's how you play Magic, alright? If you're a good player, you know that you just need to draw the card that wins the game, instead of, drawing card that doesn't win you the game. And this sweeps the board fully and wins the game. I played the other thing. I got so excited. Listen, at least you know that I'm used to playing Arena every day. Alright. We do it in the, slightly opposite way. But the end result... I nearly butchered this play by just playing Arena as my, go-to play. What are you doing on this turn? I don't know, I want to draw more cards. And that was the card I was expecting like 2 turns ago, to be honest. But with Shelly and Arena, that's why we need both Sheoldreds and Arenas, because then we never die to the card advantage we are getting. And with 3 cards a turn, it's really hard to lose, we have enough value, so I want to make sure that he doesn't have the value. I mean, that's not a value. That's definitely not a value. Let's kill it now, because why not? It's fun. It's fun for the whole family to, murder some cool rabbit knights. Alright, so do we want more? I really shouldn't be doing it. I really shouldn't be doing it. And I will. 4 cards a turn sounds like a fun. Agent Seahorse, your time in this game is up. Alright, let's sit. This is a very interesting hand, right? Because we can butcher their hand, so we can make sure that every creature they have is a 2 toughness, and go from there. I really want to steal their value. I am a bad person, I want their cards on my side. So let's sit. Oh my god, this will hurt. I cannot really beat Liliana. I think I have to double Liliana this man. This doubles us as a removal for the Preacher, right? So it's not so bad. But it will hurt. It will actually hurt. They will play the Aclazotz. So we have multiple ways to play this. The problem is I need Liliana out. Do I want to give him more cards? With Arena, we should never run out of value, so let's go for it. The Preacher is the huge problem. Oh boy, this will be harsh. I also don't have Arena set up. Man, they have so much. Yep, we both have basically infinite cards, but their curve is a little bit better. Okay, this is huge. Listen, they don't have removal. Let's roll with it. If you want to draw cards, my friend, go for it. Also, they will stop drawing cards with the Preacher, which is actually kinda nice with Eclipse. We need to get... What? Alright, Bronco, sure. I want to kill it, right? There's low chance this is a Smite or something. Zoralai. Alright, they cannot pay. Oh, that's a nice draw. This is a nice draw. I really want to set up Arena. Guys, we are doing it. We are doing it. Look how many land drops we missed. I think 1. I think we missed 1. Can I attack them here? Yes. Yes, I can, because they will block then, right? Go. Go, my Sheoldred. It's still okay, we basically got a free card. Imagine having a 1 extra Disfigure in the hand for free. Alright, they can get a creature, but they don't know we have a sweeper. It's not the best sweeper for this situation, but it can be good enough. And we are live gaining every turn right now. And drawing man, see, they're going wide because they think we cannot answer it. But we actually are prepared. And thanks to Arena, we finally will start drawing all the pieces that we need. Alright. This is interesting. So I can go Eclipse, get rid of everything here. I think we start with this. This is a good one. That trades so so efficiently. I wish we could kill all of this, but unfortunately only one of those creatures will happen. I think we need to be aggressive. If they block, we completely destroy them. Oh my god, I think we are doing... Yeah, you better think twice, my friend. Also only 2 damage, so it's not the biggest deal. And I think we have to go with the Preacher. It will create some creatures, but... Well, Zoraline will just take the Preacher. So I still think this is the best play. Oh my god, I should go for the Preach. I forgot that we had the Eclipse. It's until end of turn, but not for this source, for all the sources. Alright, go for the Throat. Very good play for them, that's for sure. They know about Liliana. I think we can double cast Liliana if we have to, but they have 3 creatures because of this pesky token. So we need to draw a natural removal, I think. And we have plenty of removal in this deck, as you can see. Aclazotz is so nice. Can we go for Aclazotz? If we go Virtue on this, it's their graveyard, right? From your graveyard. Yeah, they don't have anything here. This Liliana is theirs, by the way, so if we lose her, they can reanimate her, so let's be careful about it. They didn't have removal before. I think it's Aclazotz. It's great at defending, makes them not really want to attack, kinda, you know, a bit resistant to removal, and gets the card advantage if we really have to go for it. And they are going for the play. I wonder if they just drew something. So be it. Maybe they just try to be aggressive. That's my hope. I assume they don't have removal, so the chance that they top deck is very small. And I think they are just trying to, you know, roll the dice and hope that they can erase us, but they cannot. Not against, you know, Aclazotz, Arena, and so much removal that we have. We can just keep removing everything. Right, we're going first. We have removal. Let's play some cards and see what happens. Let's play some cards. Alright, my friend. Do you have red creatures hasting into our way? The answer is, of course, yes. Of course. So now we will have a choice of Aether Eclipse or go for the Throat. We'll see if they go white. Alright, I hope they play third 1-drop. Oh, this would be so great. I mean, I will ignore 2 damage a turn. Okay. I mean, more time for me to set up. So of course we could go Eclipse, then they play 1 mana instant spell and we lose the game. So let's not do it. Let's not do it. With double removal we should be absolutely fine. See? They will cast those spells. They always will. So let's go for this one, because we want to make sure that Disfigure still can hit the second pump spell. And with this, see, that's how you absolutely disarm Mono Red. And they just lost the game, fully. And that's how you do it. Alright, Rukus. Now untap lands. So fine, so fine. So do we wait with more removal and just get the Fountainport value? I think so, because on the next turn we can make sure that we can play Shelly with a treasure into go for the Throat. And if we can catch them again 2 for 1, I mean, you know what happens. You know what happens. So first, you get the prowess, you see the card. Only a land, not very good. Not very good, my friend. You need to hone your, Mono Red skills to draw burn spells, or debuff spells, but they are kinda the same function, right? No creatures, that means we go for a fish. And we already used removal, so now we can go with, just a Shelly. That is such a roll. Why would you top like this? Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Alright. I wanted to have Fountainport so I can draw cards with this and live game with Shelly. That would be way better. I don't think we attack. We're winning the long game. All we need to do is just, tank 2 or 3 turns so, they don't have anything and they give up. We can kill one of them, but not both of them. Let's see how the mana taps. Alright, they're going for the Offspring. I mean, sure, we actually don't want to use Demolition Field in this case. So what we will do is draw a card, and sacrifice the fish, and then sweep the board. So, they give up. You get the idea for the matchup, right? So, show me. A land is okay, honestly. I like playing my lands. So we use this one. And let's see if they have an instant spell. I mean, they do. They actually do. Very interesting. So they probably can save the big mouse, I would guess. And we have the second Shelly, so we want to be defensive. Yeah, they definitely have something. I mean, if they cast it now, they don't get the value later. So let's go. I mean, it doesn't really matter here. Yeah, let's go with it. Against Sheoldred, even if they can save a creature, they still need to deal like 20 something damage. So even if they can save a creature, and I think they cannot, you know, go through Sheoldred because they used all their resources to, you know, defend the mouse. And yeah, they gave up. You want to know what happened? I mean, you know, it's turned to... It's some bats flying into my face, stealing my cool cards. Fortunately, we have a full hand of removal. And I mean, that's what you need. That's what you need. It's interesting they went with Eclipse. That suggests they have multiple. Bruh. Bruh. Can you, like, please stop with this stuff? Alright? I really care about my cards. I don't want them under your, you know, dirty bats. I want them into my perfect hand, alright? Just killing your stuff. So they know they will lose the bat to Liliana on the next turn. They've seen the hand. And I mean, we will go with it. We have Fountainport, so some good value for us in the long term. It's interesting because it seems like they have something. So if I thought that they have a 1-drop, I would kill the Eclipse bat at the end step. But, you know, we'll see. What is it? What are you? Oh, it's a cut down or Disfigure. Probably cut down. It seems that cut down is still the most popular. Alright. I got all of my cards back, and if there won't be a time for Eclipse anymore, we can just discard it. But, you know, later. Do I want Shelly? I don't think I do. So Eclipse is kinda the same as Deadly Cover-Up, however it's cheaper and worse. So if you have the mana, you just get rid of the, you know, smaller one. That was the card we have seen. So, yeah, sure. We can get them to 0. As you can see, they are going for the removal because they expect no creatures. Alright, sure. This is their way of going around Liliana. Sure. You got it, my friend. It's dead. The bad part is that this is not in their hand and they will play it at some point. So that probably means that we need to get their hand to 0. And, I mean, by the way, they absolutely know it dies. That shows how dire situation they are in right now. Alright. I mean, at least we have a really good target for the discard.
You won't be outsmarting me.
Man, their draw is strong. Double Bat, double Zora line, and even some removal to just, you know, keep the game in your direction. However, I think we can beat it. I would expect Shelly to die. I didn't discard enough cards yet. Legions to Ashes. Alright, I absolutely don't mind it. Honestly, I don't think it's a great choice. Like, they will win, you know, they will get rid of Liliana, but I cannot see them recovering in the tempo game against Shelly, unless they have removal right now. I mean, if they instant... Okay, alright. But they might get surprised with a little pesky fish.
No more distractions. Let's make this quick.
Alright, Surveil. Make your decision. They didn't want it. Yeah, it's sorcerer, so yeah, you know what happens. Good choice for our opponent. I cannot really prevent it in any way. So we are losing the card. That's it for our opponent's turn. But you can see this Fountainport just saved a shore. Oh my god. Man, this top decking power from us is just really good. Really good. With this draw, they have no way of recovering. I think they were dead to this, unless they top deck go for the fraud. But with this, even if they do top deck the best card, I think they are so dead here. They need probably like 2 or 3 perfect draws in a row to even have any kind of chance. Unless they play Sunfall or Deadly Cover-Up, in which case they are absolutely fine and they probably will win. There was no mono, so yeah. Alright, I kinda like this hand. We just need to hit a land. If we can play Arena on curve, this will be perfect. If we cannot, well, this will be a bit of a problem. I'm curious how it will go. I guess we can start the game for a few turns. We have a lot of plays for, you know, cheap stuff. And our opponent is playing the same thing, as usually. So we need to have instant removal on their turn. That means we cannot play anything really. We need to kill the creature that they will try to play. I hope it's Slickshot into the Rokus. And don't forget, we can always go Virtue, we can go Liliana, so we have some options, but I really want to play, like, I want to kill something at the end step and play Arena and try to defend for the rest of the game. Because with Arena card advantage, interesting. By the way, man, even lands need to deal damage right now. Crazy. This is actually really good for them. It's actually really good for them. I can try to discard some cards and keep Disfigure. If I play Arena right now, what happens? They will go for insane burst. And I cannot prevent any of it. I think we are going with just this card. We don't gift anything. We want to mitigate their power. And they have... Alright. So it has to be Swift Speed, right? This is temporary. So it has to be the Heartfire hero. That's the only choice. They still will get some value. They will get the Rukus, so it's not easy, but we... Like, basically we want to cap their damage, so they deal like 15 damage, but not 19. And with Sheoldred, if we can survive, this is a very easy win. They should go Rukus right now. A very easy choice. Like, there's nothing to think about. The play is just automatically great. However, it's not too much damage. See? They only deal 3 damage, that's not good enough for them right now. And we have 2 ways to play it. It really, like, I need to draw a land. That's super important. So my best skill in Magic right now is drawing correct land from the top. It's incorrect land from the top. Somehow I knew it won't be the one I need, you know? So I can go for the Virtue here. What happens then? I go so we know that next turn is Shelly, so this is the only mana we will get here. I could go for the Sacrifice, but then they double cast it, and that's great for them. So I go Virtue of Persistence, then they cast one of them. I don't think it's good enough. If I cast Liliana, they will draw a card and make 2 creatures. So it's also not good. We don't really have good plays, to be absolutely honest. It doesn't give toughness, so it's 4. You know what? It lowers the power. If they try to protect it, that means they have less burst for their turn. So even if they get Detective and card, I think it's kinda okay. Like, with Disfigure doesn't hit this very well. Prowess? Yep. And we kinda negated all of this damage. And when it dies, right, it resolved. So we don't want to kill it right now. They actually, like, their Demonic Rukus value is when the creature dies. So if you can kinda go around it, I mean, I think that was really good play for us. Like, we mitigated so much damage and we also live gain. And on the next turn it's Shelly. We know they cannot remove Sheoldred. Sure. This will hurt, but it's basically their last play, right? They will probably also cast this. Why not? I guess they won't. I guess they won't. I don't mind it. This is good for us. Oh boy, we play 4 taplands in the whole land, but oh boy, they always come when we need something else. Alright, so I think we need to tank this damage, like super hard, play the land, and from the next turn onwards we are winning this. And there's nothing they can do, right? The best damage they can deal is what, 7? If Monsters Rage, it's what, 5 more or something like this. So they cannot kill us even with the perfect draw, I think. With 1 card they cannot kill Shelly. I mean, we cannot block anyway because of the menace. So show me the big number, my friend. Show me how much you can make this number bigger than this number and then see gold letters with victory screen. I mean, Magic is exactly about it. If you can get this higher than this, that's Magic. And they drew randomly 1 card in the whole deck that actually can win this. Man, impressive, isn't it? I think that this guy always plays aggro. I'm not fully sure, but I think he always plays aggro. Yep, he always plays aggro. I think since months, man. Alright, so I think we don't show Disfigure. He should know. He should know. Like, there was a stop after playing 1 black mana. So we all know that it's either a Cut Down or Disfigure. And yeah, our opponent is like, oh my god, there is turn 2? The guy didn't give up after playing 1-drop for my side? What do I do now? Alright. Like, come on, like, you know I'm mean, but how long can you take with your aggro decks that you play every day for years to, you know, make a play? Like, it's really, really slow. So we could kill the adaptive. Yeah, we go here with the adaptive. It will be a 2-2. And then we kill the Beast Caller. Basically, the idea is to keep removing a creature a turn until he gives up and leaves the game. Which is a great strategy right now. We are overdrawing 5 and 4 drops, that's for sure. Yeah, you kill it before, you know, it can put the counters in the other things. Alright, it was still pretty expensive. So they will put a counter on something, but it's not too many counters. Let's go for the black mana. Man, our draws are not very good here. So let's go for the Beast Caller. It will keep growing. So we need to... Man, we are at 14 somehow. That's crazy. Like, how? I think that was this one huge hit, right? For 6 damage. So we have to probably kill the Might Caller, then play Shelly, and then try to trade against everything they have. We could also just top deck a land. And the Leak of Wrap, and then we win as well. Let's mitigate some damage. It's not super crazy important, because we, you know, kinda try to go around stuff, but we didn't hit anything, so let's go Shelly. It seems I think the card from before is a land. I'm not super sure, but it didn't feel like anything else. I think that was the card from before, and this is a random top deck. So now, you know, they need to get good cards from the top. If they cannot, they lose. So I think this is a really nice way to, you know, go about this game. I could start attacking, but I have way better cards. I also have double Shelly, so if they in any way can kill this, we will just replay it. If we draw a land, we play Aclazotz, and that's way over what this guy can, you know, handle basically. So, I mean, you get one new card. You either play it or you give up or what. Yep, this was a hard decision. I tell you, I actually observe aggro players, and they play so crazy slow with every decision. And that's you know, like, jokes aside basically. And I'm always kinda surprised with this, because I've been playing aggro decks, and usually after, you know, 10 games you kinda know the pattern. Well, you know, this is the best 2-drop, this is the best 1-drop, and you're just rolling with it, you know. And they probably should attack, to be absolutely fair. Alright, so if we attack with Aclazotz, they block with this. This can transform. Alright, so I think we go with the Death Touch. We could discard the last card, but that's the only value. So they think they can kill us? What do you do? Whenever this or another Hydra dies, they get the token. So we probably want to kill it beforehand. So the best play is actually to go for this. I mean, we will get rid of something. Why not? Why not? I'm sure we'll find a cool target. Even though we lose kinda more than them, I think Beast Caller is honestly the most annoying. This is super slow. But they might have another one for Aclazotz when it comes back. Alright, so remove one. Oh, they only have one. You can see the deck, how aggro it is. Huh. This is a talent deck. Giant Growths? Right. That's a weird one. So, they need to top deck a creature right now, otherwise they have absolutely nothing for the next turn. And we just keep replaying our big spells, and, you know, they cannot do anything about it. I'm playing Aclazotz because if it attacks, it gets the most value. Alright, at least we are going with, you know, the quick plays. Alright, okay, I guess I spoken too soon. It's still one card that can be played. So maybe they have to, in that case you probably, yes, you want to play two of them because this is legendary, so we cannot get the second Aclazotz. Whatever they do, it won't matter. Like, our deck is just simply stronger. And we will show them how to play Magic in efficient manner. Great. Like, the game ended 2 turns ago. We are just, you know, waiting until our opponent realizes it. Here we go. Our opponent is going first, however we have a very good curve, so maybe we can match it. Alright, or the... Man, Cruelclaw Heist is so insane against some of the decks. Because if you can steal a good card from them, man, this is so great. Let's go for the Citadel. Just because I drew Fountainport, so there is a chance I'm getting the value very quickly from this. And is this the time for Heist already? Or we want to keep this figure? Let's go. And we will give the card. Basically, you still get the best card of all of them. So, oh my god. Oh my god. This is a lot, you know? This is so much. So I'm on the play. That means I can play the Cruelty of Geeks first. I really think we go with it. Oh, they can ramp with Cornucopia, so they play... They don't have land. Alright, we're stealing Cornucopia. They have this. But they don't have green. Man, there are so many plot twists and we didn't even start. So they missed the land. They cannot play Cornucopia, and they know we will play their Geeks, Cruelty of Geeks, getting rid of their, you know, probably Raska before they can do it. And yeah, I don't think the game was over, but in their head it was. Alright guys, we'll try to make this outro a little bit shorter than usually. I think the concept is pretty easy for this deck. We kill everything, we basically sweep the board as much as possible, and we get Arena into Sheoldred to just get us ahead in card advantage, in life total, and in our opponent's life absolutely vanishing together with the Sheoldred passive. So that's the game plan. And before we go further, as always, thank you to all the patrons, thank you guys for being so awesome and, you know, just making content like this possible, absolutely tormenting all the aggro decks, so hopefully someday they will lift the ladder and we can all make cool decks that we deserve. So honestly, one of the cool additions, I don't usually use too many heists because it is a discard card, so it doesn't really go into the board, you know, synergy. Like when you cast it, you do zero difference on the board. However, with all the removal, especially like 4 Disfigures are so key for this build, because very often you want to double spell, especially like turn 3, especially that Liliana is here, so Liliana gets like twice as good if the board is having 1 creature on your opponent's side. So if you can make sure that it happens, you get so much value from her. So this figure is really important card. It seems like small addition, but it's one of the most important cards. It lets you remove something together with playing Arena on turn 4. It lets you play Shelly into protecting yourself against, you know, some random red creature killing you on turn 5. So that's extremely big deal. And it can also be combined with Heist. I think you have seen it in one of the games. I used Heist basically as a removal. It's worse removal because you need to pay 2 mana and your opponent did not cast his creature. So he is, you know, basically 3 mana ahead in a way, or something like this. It's not mana efficient. However, in emergency, you can do it, use this as the removal, and when they finally think that you are tapped out, they play attack with everything, you go this figure, and this saves you the whole game. And don't forget, in this deck you can tank a lot of damage. Sheoldred, Aclazotz, so many sweepers, so much removal, Virtues, Liliana, like you can kill everything and just make sure that you have life total too high for them to kill. So you can actually take a lot of damage, like taking 10, 12 damage is not a big deal. You just play Sheoldred at some point and it's all good. That means you can lose a little bit of tempo early game and just get better trades to make sure that they don't have the next creature that they need to keep the damage going. So, you know, just accept one Swift Spear is not enough to kill you most of the time, even if they have full hand of buff spells, alright? It's usually around 10 to 15 damage, but not 20. So something to keep in mind when you play this deck, you can be more, you know, defensive, and be careful when you drop Arena. Arena is amazing, but you need to make sure that you don't die to Arena, so you probably want Sheoldred in the hand, and enough removal to sweep everything in the board. One of the decisions you can make with this deck is Eclipse versus Deadly Cover-Up. The more like mid-range decks you see, the more Deadly Cover-Ups you want, because you have so much removal early game. However, I nearly only play against rabbits, mono-red, and this kind of aggro, so I actually don't mind it. And don't forget, one of the reasons I always like Liliana in the deck is that not only she is a very good removal that is super painful for your opponent to deal with, but it also lets you basically trade 1 for 1 every bad card for the matchup. So if you hit anything that doesn't die to Eclipse, you just keep plussing until you get rid of all the Eclipse, all the Disfigures. You basically lost nothing, and your opponent is like has completely butchered hand, probably at 0 cards by then. And then you drop Sheoldred, and they need to hope for a lucky draw for a removal, because Sheoldred will, you know, take them down completely. Especially that Cruelclaw can steal the cards from your opponent, and that's really cool. If they have like 3 or 4 cards, they probably have 1 card that matters, and you are taking this one. So very cool card in this deck, and with amount of removal you have, you kinda are safe against what they have, so you can lose a bit of tempo to gain a little bit of value. And Fountainport and Sunken Citadel is really big deal for this deck. This gives you the card advantage if you don't either want to go Arena, because you might be, you know, too low on the life total, or you just don't draw it. With those cards, you can activate Fountainport so easily, so quickly. It also goes for Demolition Field, but when you see all aggro, it's all about those Fountainports and having some extra blockers, and then drawing extra cards, having extra mana for Virtue. You know, with Fountainport Treasure, it's so much easier to cast this on one of the turns. Then for the rest of the game, you just, you know, try to defend. Every time they kill Shelly, you just get a new one, and they cannot beat it. So yeah, the deck is sweet. It's mono black, so I think you guys will enjoy it. Oh right, results. I think we went 7-4. You have stats in the, you know, in the screen, and yeah, this is the only deck today that I tried that performed. The rest went like 0x, like 0-3, 0-4, something like this. It was actually a painful day, but I'm happy that in the end we found this one. This one seems to be performing, so I hope it will be the same for you. And yeah, that's it for today. It wasn't short outro, as usually I felt at this, but I hope you had a great fun and some, you know, good education on, you know, how to play this deck. So yeah, thank you guys for being here, and see you tomorrow.